morning, folks. It is a beautiful New Jersey summer morning here. Hot, humid, with glass conditions on the water. So today we're taking advantage of some pretty perfect conditions out here on the water. So I just launched the kayak today. Our game plan is to stay on the water as long as possible and ideally catch a mixed bag of fish. So we just launched the kayak a little over an hour ago around sunrise, and I tried to do some plugging along the side banks for some striped bass without any luck, but the tide was pretty low this morning, was not really perfect conditions. So right now we're headed over to the second spot of the day for our second target species of the day. I may come back for the striped bass later, but for now, let's head over to that spot, get some bait, and get to fishing. Also, before we jump in this video, I do want to give a shout out to the sponsor of the video, Pisky Fun, but more on them later. All right, so first priority this morning after our very long commute against the tide is gonna be to get ourselves some bait. So grab ourselves a little bait mule here. Let's see if we can't find ourselves some fiddler crabs hanging around this marshland. All right, and there we go. My hands are actually disgusting, but we were able to chase down some fiddlers. So let's get back in the yak and get these guys on a hook. All right, folks, this is where we're gonna start off fishing this morning underneath a bridge. So it is actually super busy here with anglers covering most of the pilings underneath the bridge, but that's what I get for fishing on a weekend, I guess. So we actually did pretty decent with the fiddler haul. I think I got 3 dozen in here. Had to work for them pretty good, but nothing that's good in life is easy. So just gonna take our 1/2 ounce tog jig right here and thread our fiddler crab right there on the jig. There we go, doubled up on fiddlers. That is gonna be our premier bait choice of the day, both this morning and this afternoon probably. Ugh. Gotta love hanging onto a piling. We're in a bunch of boat traffic, but we're just gonna take our jig here, cast it up at the eddy point of the piling here, and just drop it down to the bottom. So it's gonna be interesting to find out where these sheephead are located in the water column, if they're even hungry. The ocean temperature is super cold this morning on that incoming tide, so I'm thinking it's gonna be pretty difficult to find a bite, but we still have the afternoon portion, and we also have plenty of tog down there that we can play with just to kill the skunk. So first bait's down, just hold on to this piling, enjoy the roller coaster that we got to endure for the next couple hours, and hopefully catch a fish, so stay tuned. And our setup of choice this morning is a Pisky Fun Naughty X on a South Fork Rod Company custom rod. It's a 4,000 size reel with 30-pound braid, and gonna be excited to get some fish on it today. Pisky Fun just sent me these reels a couple weeks ago in the mail, so I'm excited to see how they turn out. Stay tuned. All right, doesn't look like anybody's home over here. Let's head over to the next pylon. All right, we can just not buy a bite on the bridge here. Didn't have a single tap from anything. Sheep's head, not even a tog. So we're gonna head off the bridge here, head to another spot. It's a little bit shallower, that may be a little bit better with this cold ocean water, because Water's pretty clean, but it is just freezing with that upwelling, which is the exact reason why these fish are just not chewing right now. So let's head over to another spot as this tide slacks up, and maybe we'll bounce back here at the start of the outgoing. But for now, let's get on the move and try some more real estate somewhere else. All right, so still got our fiddlers on here right now. Just pulling up to the side bank here. There's actually a little bit of bottom structure down here. There's some oyster beds as well as mussel beds, which are a very hospitable habitat for sheeps, tog, fluke, sea bass, whatever other species want to reside on this structure and get a nice meal. So it's a little bit shallower over here, and we got a lot more real estate to cover. So no love over there on the bridge. See if we can't find something here on the bottom at the top of the tide. Oh shoot. Yeah, there we go. First cast, picked up a little mussel. And it looks like we had a bite there too. Definitely fish down there. There we go. All right, and there we go. Got ourselves a fish. Finally, that is a beautiful sized tog right there. Damn, that's a real nice tog. Woo! All right, finally got ourselves on the board right there with a beautiful sized tog. That's probably a 17-inch fish right there all day. They are out of season here in New Jersey until August 1st, so got a couple weeks left till they open up, but that is a beautiful, beautiful fish right there. Actually smoked those fiddlers off the bottom. Let's send this guy back real quick. Quick release. So I've been missing a couple bites here so far along the side bank. Nothing really crazy. Some very subtle bites that are making me think sheep's head-esque, but the water is actually freezing right now since all that ocean water just flooded in on the upwelling. So these fish are biting very, very finicky and pretty tricky to catch. But there we go, we're on the board, killed the skunk. We've been fishing for about 2 hours now. All right, first fish of the day on the board. That really boosted my morale, kind of woke me up a little bit. So let's get another fiddler down there. Ooh, maybe two. All right, so got some more fiddlers here on the bottom. So nice to hook into a fish. Really good specimen for back here in the back bays. Very delicious fish to eat, but unfortunately they are out of season at the moment. So let's see if we can't get a couple more bites here along the bottom and add some more fish to our resume. You just gotta love all these boat wakes here, don't you? There we go. Oh, good bite there. All right, maybe the outgoing tide is getting these fish activated a little quicker than I thought. Let's get another fiddler down there. These are very subtle bites, which are making me think there could be some sheeps down there. Because unlike tog, sheep's head normally don't really slam the baits, especially in cold water like this. They're gonna be way more finicky and kind of just feel like a scratch, which makes it tough to know when to set the hook. But I felt like a sheep's head bite right there. There we go. Feels like another little tog right there. That would be another keeper probably, if not close. So good to know the tog are chewing this morning. Another pretty little fish right there, probably 13 inches or so. Send him back. And we'll toss on our little fiddler right there. Yeah, buddy. So good to know there's some fish down there that are chewing. I'd love to hook up with a sheep, but you can always come back to this spot later. There we go. go, baby. That might be our sheep right there. That might be our sheep right there. That's a good fish, bro. Good fish. Yeah, that's a good fish right there. Big fish. Come on, bro. Oh my God, yes, 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 yes. It's exactly what we wanted. Exactly what we were looking for. That's a giant, 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 giant fish. Ah, no, my net. The net is stuck. No, come on, come on. Oh my God, big fish. Big sheep, big sheep. Oh yeah, jumbo, baby. Jumbo, baby. Get in the net, get in the net. Yes, baby. Oh my God. Woo! That is a giant, bro. Oh my God, jumbo. Jumbo sheep, bro. Woo! Yeah, buddy, I figured they were down there somewhere. Oh my God, on the jig. That is a monstrosity of a sheep's head. My biggest of the year, second one of the year. I caught one the other day when I wasn't really filming. Oh my God, baby. That is just absolute beast of a sheep's head right there. Jumbo, let's get a quick measure on this guy, then we'll send him back. That guy's gonna go 22 inches right there. A very, very nice sized sheep's head. And a true New Jersey jumbo. Awesome, let's get this guy back in the water. Look at that beautiful fish, man. My God. Whew. What a beautiful sheep. Oh, and there we go. Tried to fix the camera angle for us there. That was a beautiful, beautiful sheep's head. Like I said, the outgoing tide, I figured the fish were gonna chew. I've been getting bit very consistently. I knew there were some sheep's head bites down there. And there we go, 22-inch fish. I think that might tie my PB. My PB's, you know, I think around 22 to 24 inches, which is a very nice sized sheep's head and pretty good here in Jersey, but they do get way bigger than that. So let's keep on fishing this while we have some tolerable current before we switch over to the next species. Woo, it has been a grind so far this morning, but we're on the board with some very nice fish so far. And we still got plenty of time left on the water to fish. So despite the boat traffic, despite the cold upwelling, we got some fish, baby. Let's get some more crabs down there and hopefully get some more fish in the yak. Woo! All right, fiddlers, you guys are just doing some magic so far this morning. I'm excited to see what the rest of the day holds here, especially as this outgoing tide continues to keep on ripping and pumping warmer water out of the bay. These fiddlers were hard to come by this morning, but definitely have paid off. That was one of my biggest sheep's head of my life, a very respectable sized fish. And if that's the only sheep's head we catch all day, I will still be stoked. But let's get another fiddler down there on the bottom. Do want to give a shout out to Pisky Fun for this Naughty X so far. That was a very solid fight on the reel, smooth drag. It's a very lightweight reel, and well, I got no complaints so far, so it's definitely living up to the test so far. Continue to fish it throughout the day and see how things go. Just got smoked right there too. Feels like a tog. Another nice fish. Oh no, another sheep, another sheep. Next cast, bro. What the hell? Man, this is awesome. Put on a clinic out here, baby. There we go, another sheep on the jig. Barely got him there on the edge of the mouth. Much smaller than the last fish we had, but still a gorgeous, gorgeous sheep's head right there. This guy's probably around 3 or 4 pounds. Let's give him a good release. Oop, there we go. All right, super quick release. Literally next cast after that sheep's head right there. 2 sheep's head back to back, I will take that. Let's keep fishing this tide till we can't fish it anymore, because right now the sheeps are chewing, baby. Yo! All right, well, it's pretty much become impossible to fish with this current here. I think I'm still getting bites, but I really can't tell. And it's very hard to get a hook, so I think I've wasted over a dozen crabs down there. So we can always come back here later on slack low, which still might offer some pretty good fishing. But for now, it's time to target our next species for the day. So let's go try to put some fish in the cooler and get ourselves some fluke. Yoop. There we go. We got ourselves a little croaker there. Oh, look at that. That's not a croaker. Little tiny spike weakfish right there. Send that guy back. Well, damn. That upwelling must have really shut off the fluke bite. We just fished the end of the outgoing tide here for about 3 hours and didn't have a single fluke bite. Only hooked into some small croakers and one little dinky weak fish. But we just ran back to our crabbing grounds, got ourselves some more fiddlers in here, and we're just gonna go back to where we had a lot of success earlier today. So I would have loved to catch some fluke to throw in the cooler, but at least we know there's gonna be some fish over here, and hopefully they're gonna chew at the end of the outgoing tide here, like they chewed at the top of the tide. So let's get over to the spot where we had some fish this morning and see if they're still hanging around and if they're willing to chew this afternoon. All right, so that outgoing tide is starting to trickle to an end here. Should be slack in a couple of minutes or so. So have another slack tide window to fish. Let's get ourselves a little fiddler on our 1/2 ounce jig. And I've been using this Jaws custom baits jig the entire day. It has not failed me yet, so let's drop down the bottom. That current is just barely trickling by here, so we should have perfect conditions. Get on a few more of these fish. There we go. That's a good fish. Whew. Swam right up with it. Feels like a little tog. Oh, I stand corrected. I don't know why I keep saying little. That is an absolutely beautiful white chinner right there on the jig. All right, buddy. Send you back. I wish I could take you home and eat you, but cannot. See ya. Oop. Probably a little 15-incher right there. Let's get a fiddler down there on the bottom. It's around 5 p.m. right now. It has been a long, long day so far, but I'm really stoked this side bank mission is really coming to fruition for us here. So headed back to the dock now, looking back on how we started this morning. We managed to catch one of our 3 target species, being the sheep's head, but I honestly could not be happier with how the sheep's head fishing went. After making bait this morning, we set off to the bridge where we did not have a single bite due to the cold water and just the pretty poor conditions. So headed over to a spot that I really have not fished before, did not know if there were any sheep's head there. And kind of just like that, the fishing started off. Some big tog, real nice sheep's head. Then we were able to add one more tog to our resume at the end of the day. Kind of surprised we didn't get a sheep's head, but that's just how fishing goes sometimes. So as far as the fluke fishing, this cold water upwelling has really been killing the fishing this summer. Again, that water is freaking cold, especially for July. And as far as the bass fishing, the tide really was just not at the right level this morning to do some plugging for bass. So we're gonna head back home right now, grab some dinner. I may even take the yak back out later and do a little bit of a sunset bass escapade. But we shall see, because I am freaking exhausted. So with all that being said, I do want to give a shout out to the sponsor of the video, which is Pisky Fun. I spent the entire day fishing with their 4,000 size Naughty X and really have no complaints. It's a very smooth reel, very capable. I've managed to wrangle in some pretty nice size sheep's head and tog on the 4,000 size reel. They also sent me a 2,000 size Lumex, but unfortunately today we were not really able to use it just because we were fishing for some bigger fish. But with that being said, if you guys want to check out any of their products, I'll put a link in the description below, and you can also use my code here to save on their website. So thank you to Pisky Fun for sponsoring this video. Thank you folks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one, or maybe I'll catch you later. if I decide to do some striped bass fishing. So see you then. Phew.